is Amber, a teaching artist with Metal Arts, a nonprofit out of Twist, Washington. Today we're going to be doing some art outdoors called shadow art. Shadow art is finding some cool shadows and tracing them and making a neat pattern. So you're going to need something hard like a clipboard or book and a piece of paper and a pencil. And then after we do the tracing of the shadows, you might want to color it in with crayons, watercolors, markers. I'm going to be using watercolors today, outdoor as well, and see what we can make. So this is an example of shadow art, and it's abstract art. So just a quick reminder of what abstract art is. It's art that doesn't actually have to look like anything in particular. It's just cool patterns and shapes that we can create. So we're going to go get started and investigate how to make shadow art in just a moment. So I have my clipboard and pencil, and now I'm going to just kind of walk around. The sun is behind me and I see all these plants, and if I just put my clipboard under some of these plants, I see some really cool shadows. You see that? So you can just find a spot that looks good to you and sit down, and we're going to trace these shadows. The further away you go, the shadows get more blurry, and the closer you go to the actual plant, the more crisp the shadow is. Okay, so I have my paper on my clipboard, and now I'm just going to use my pencil. It's tricky because the wind blows sometimes, but I'm just going to draw an outline around my shapes. I'm going to include as many shapes as I can, and I can always realign if things get out of sync. See, I've only traced one part, and there it is. Now I'll reline it up and keep tracing. Okay, so I'm still outside. You can hear hummingbirds once in a while come by, but here's my shadow drawing. And I have my watercolors out, but you could also just use color crayons. And I have all these abstract shapes that were actually plants, right? So part of this is positive, part of it's negative space. I'm going to find the positive shape, which was where the shadow was. And I'm going to pick a color. I think I'll pick blue so you can see it. Add some water to my watercolors. And then I'm simply going to fill in all of my shapes that were shadows. So all of my shadow shapes will be blue. And you can also get them really nice and wet like this, and then get some of the concentrated paint and drop some paint in and make some cool texture if you want to. But I'm just going to fill in all of my shadow lines. There's hummingbirds going by me right now. I must be by something they like. That's kind of the beauty of painting outside, is you get to hear the birds, whatever is going on out in nature. So do you see I'm finding all of my positive shapes? So I'll keep doing this, and then I'll show you what it looks like. In a moment, I think a hummingbird literally just flew through our painting. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I painted all of my shadows now, And it looks like a really cool like pattern that you might see on wallpaper or something. It's very abstract. This is a cool way to get organic shapes, shapes that are not symmetrical or maybe straight lines. Organic shapes means free flowing shapes. And to get a pattern that doesn't come out of our imagination but comes out of nature. So I hope you enjoyed this. You can explore with different kinds of shapes and shadows. You can paint the background if you want, or color the background in a contrasting color. But this is shadow art.